Hello again, gorgeous souls. Welcome to this fabulous mini webinar on the children of the sun and solar beings. I'm really excited to be talking about this topic. This is a specific soul group that I have seen a lot in some of the galactic origins readings that I've done and Akashic Records work that I've done, starseed astrology charts. And they're a little different than the indigos, the crystals, and the rainbow children, who sometimes are kind of grouped together with these beings, but they're their own unique group, so they deserve their own unique webinar. So let's get into it. All right, so in this mini super session, the children of the sun and the solar beings, we're going to cover who exactly are the children of the sun and the solar beings, these specific types of souls, some fun facts about the sun, also known as Solaris, Earth's home star, my personal obsession with the sun, and I'll be sharing with you some fabulous photos, the children of the sun and solar beings gifts and soul missions, and how to unlock solar codes in your natal chart to see if you have had a past or parallel life on the sun. Yes, we're going to get into all of it. Okay. So first off, who exactly are the children of the sun and the solar beings? This is a unique soul group that you may or may not have heard about before. So the children of the sun, sometimes referred to as golden children, are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating increasingly on planet Earth. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. They do share some overlap with the rainbow children's souls, although they are their own unique soul group. They're born with very clear missions, very clear purposes, and many remember those missions. Their abilities are very active and awakened from an early age, and they often begin sharing their gifts very early on in life as well. And due to their unique intelligence, they may be really easily bored at school. It's boring to them, right? Most of them have never incarnated on Earth before. This is their first Earth incarnation. So if they're not supported, if they don't have a family of origin that can be supportive to their unique gifts and abilities, their psychic gifts and abilities, just their unique essence and their unique energy, they can sometimes really struggle here with the physical, right, experience of being on Earth. They're also referred to as new humans, although I don't love that term. I tend to refer to them as children of the sun or solar souls, solar beings. They are souls that have chosen to incarnate onto Earth and bringing forth this high vibrational plasma frequency that all stars and the sun have. So these luminous beings are multidimensional, intricate constellations of light and shadow. Much like starseeds, their celestial counterparts, children of the sun have many layers to yet be unveiled. They hold this unique key to the plasma codes of the sun itself. And people talk a lot about activating your light body in the spiritual realms or your plasma body. They're a little different, actually. Plasma is the fourth state of matter. It's what all the suns and stars are made from. And so children of the sun and solar beings have these unique plasma codes already activated in their DNA, in their physical vessel, in their auric field, as well as their light body and their plasma body. They're like already awakened, enlightened beings that do really have a hard time navigating the Earth realm because it's such a dense experience and polarizing experience here on Earth. So exploring the mysteries surrounding the solar children really unveils this tapestry of celestial narratives intertwined with earthly experiences. And their journey reverberates through space and time, these threads of light extending back to ages when sun kings and moon queens reigned, embodying this timeless bond between the cosmos and the earthly realms. So some fun facts about the sun. The sun is a very interesting celestial body. So the sun is also known as Solaris and it is Earth's home star. Yes, the sun is a star. Some people don't know that, and it's okay if you don't. Now you know. All stars are suns. So it was formed about 4.6 billion years ago in a giant spinning cloud of gas and dust called the solar nebula, originated from this explosion of another star in the Milky Way. And the sun is all the colors mixed together. And this often appears white to our eyes. The sun is composed of hydrogen, about 70%, and helium, about 28%. And the sun is a main sequence G2V star or yellow dwarf. The sun is 109 times wider than the Earth and 330,000 times as massive. 1 million Earths could fit inside the sun. The sun is huge. And the sun contains about 99.86 of the mass in the entire solar system. That was a fun fact I found that I thought was really interesting. And the sun's hot, baby. All the suns and the stars are hot. The temperature inside the sun can reach 15 million degrees Celsius. That's pretty hot. Okay, let's talk a little bit about my obsession with the sun, you guys. I don't take selfies. I take solfies. I don't know anyone that takes as many pictures of the sun as I do. If you are someone that's obsessed with taking pictures of the sun, please comment below. We need to be friends and share solfies. Okay, so these are all pictures I've taken recently, actually, in the last year or two. So the big one here, right on the right-hand side, is from when we had those really big solar storms in April of 2024. And if you get just the right like angle of the camera on a day where there are a lot of solar flares, solar winds, solar storm, electromagnetic storms, and things of that nature, you can see that the sun has this, you can see all the colors in the sun. Like we just mentioned in that previous slide, the sun actually holds all of the different spectrum of visible colors that the human eye can see, but it mainly appears kind of white, shimmery to us. But this was such a cool picture that I took. I love this picture so much. And then below you have here me at the extraterrestrial highway, look staring into the sun, which I also like to do sun gazing. If you followed my channel for a while, you know that I really love to celebrate all the different starseed alignments, especially the ones with the sun. Just getting some sun on your third eye, just literally sitting outside in the sun, getting some sun on your crown or your third eye for 5 to 10 minutes a day does wonders to cleanse and activate your third eye, your pineal gland, to help you connect more with various different spirit guides, star guides, celestial family, etc. As does going to places like UFO hotspots, like the extraterrestrial highway. And then the other three are more recent pictures I've actually taken in the last couple of weeks. And you can see, when you stare at the sun or get pictures of the sun, you're often going to get these beautiful auras that come off of the sun. There's a lot of different colors you can see that your physical eyes sometimes can't, because the sun is so blinding, but the camera can pick up, and it will often pick up other light orbs or light beams that are floating around nearby. I just think the sun is mesmerizing. And I think a lot of us take the sun for granted. We're just like, what's this big ball of gas in the sky? It keeps us warm. Cool. Prevents us from dying, right? But it's so mystical. It has so many mysteries wrapped up around in it. And I definitely am a child of the sun. I love the sun. All right. So some of the gifts and soul missions of children of the sun and solar beings. The children of the sun specialize in the fields of magnetics and physical earth sciences a lot. These are souls that you will see going into like heliobiology, right? Where they're actually studying how the sun affects the solar storms and everything affect humans on Earth, affect other sentient beings on Earth and their biochemistry as well. And children of the sun and solar beings really also work to balance the energy grids that's maintained through the work of these cosmic souls and their incarnates on Earth, neighboring stars. Otherwise, humans could not inhabit the planet without some of their high frequency balancing things out. They know all about earth changes, including pole shifts, volcanoes, floods, earthquakes, the rising and the sinking of land masses or islands. They keep watch over electromagnetic energy at the poles, as well as the psychic energy fields and grids that connect the sun gate portals themselves. And they are especially gifted solar grid workers. I made another recent video about grid work. We didn't get into all the different types of grids. There's the crystalline grid, the light grid, the solar grid, multiple other grids. But solar beings, children of the sun, and solar souls are excellent at anchoring in high frequency plasma light from the sun to help heal, to help activate, to help balance out the solar grids, especially as we're moving through huge timeline shifts, huge physical shifts energetically on Earth as well. So, how to unlock solar codes in your natal chart? Go get your natal chart. If you don't have one, you can get a free one on astro.com, or the Time Passages app are both great free resources. You'll need your exact birth time, date of birth, location of birth, plug it in, get the wheel with the coordinates, and you can see if you have any of these solar codes to maybe indicate that you are a child of the sun. And the more of them you have, the more definitive I would say it is. So if you have your natal sun in your first, fourth, eighth, or 12th house, your natal sun conjunct one of the angles. So your ascendant, that would be natal sun in the first house. Your descendant, natal sun in the 7th. Your midheaven, your MC, your natal sun around the midheaven, whether it's in the 9th or 10th house cusp, or maybe sometimes even in the 11th house near your midheaven. Your IC, Amum Coeli, that is the bottom of the chart opposite the midheaven. So that would be sun in IC, or the 4th, 3rd house cusp. And or the ruler of the angle is the sun. So your sun might not be on one of the angles of the chart, the 4 corners of the chart, but you have Leo ruling your 1st, 4th, 7th house cusp, or 10th house cusp. That would also be a solar code. Black hole sun people, Michael Jackson was a black hole sun person. Natal sun and strong aspect to the galactic center, the supergalactic center, the great attractor, the shapely attractor. Okay, those last 2 aren't technically black holes, but I would include those in there. Even more so probably than the galactic center and the supergalactic center, or Cygnus A, X1. Leo stelliums, so 3 or more planets in the sign of Leo, particularly if they're inner planets. Natal sun conjunct the south or north node, especially south node, that is indicating you had a solar lifetime, past lifetime, right, on the sun right before this one. Strong aspects to asteroid Aten, the Egyptian god of the solar disk, and strong aspects to asteroid Hathor, daughter of the sun god Ra. And then the last one's super important. Natal asteroid karma at 0 degrees. You came here without a lot of karma to work through at that critical degree. Of course, there's other ways you can interpret that asteroid at 0 degrees. For the purposes of looking at astrological indicators of solar origins, that's a big one that we would look at. So check and see if you have any of these and comment below. I'd love to hear from you, especially the more of them you have. That could be a very clear indicator that you are a child of the sun. And that's a really special thing that you probably want to look a little bit more into, do some Akashic Records work on, do some more sun gazing, do some more connecting with the sun, drawing the sun, meditating the sun, or, I don't know, researching, reading about the sun, following the solar flares. There's a lot that can get activated for your past parallel life memories, your connections to the sun, just by connecting with it, right? And it's right up there in the sky every day for us to connect with, even on cloudy days. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment below with any questions and send me pics of the sun. I love the sun. Send me selfies. All right. Love you guys. See you in the next one.